Oh,
Oh, come with me, come to know and find out what is true. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening minds. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening.
Because normally I would not be on this particular Friday, but we have an extra special presentation with, now we know her as Empress, but now we need to add Her Majesty Empress Chakra Rare Bird Ningrat, and we have Chief Pontiac, aka Brother Rod Hayes. We have Sister Helena and Sister Copper Ama and some others that are going to join us on this special edition of Spring into Action Next Phase. I want to thank you all for coming on tonight to just for this special presentation. And each and every one of you who's tuning in, hit that like right now, hit that like, hit that share. Come on. And if you have not subscribe to our channel, come on, let's get us up to at least 50,000. Come on, we warrant that, don't you think? We only need about 14 more thousand for that. But this is a very special night. I'm for those of you who don't know me, I am Naila Gilliam, aka Dr. G. I am the founder of House of Reawakening Minds, and I'm going to bring in some other folks while we're at. Brother Living is, I'm not sure if it's Brother or Chief of Living Water, but as the CEO of the House of Reawakening Minds, Cynthia Martin L. And thank you all for being here. I'm putting out, send out, I can get it right.
It's like you do it to yourself and then
do it to yourself and give it to you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're sending out love, and you see me, I got love all around me, and that's the way I'm operating, in love, right? And that's what this is all about. The only way we're going to get to where we got to go is we got to do it in unity and in love. So I'm excited about our upcoming Spring into Action conference. I'm excited for all of those who are coming to be a part, to speak, and to present. I'm excited that Her Majesty is our keynote. We got that feminine energy in the years past. We always, of course, Grand Sheik and others, all the brothers. But this year, this is the year of the divine feminine. We're making that decree, and the divine feminine is going to make our presence known. And so, in the personage of our Empress, Her Majesty. So, with that, thank you all, and thank you for coming. And I'm excited. I'm looking for some more folks that I know need to be a part of what is actually going on. And Empress, you wanted to come on. You made the suggestion to come on and to talk to the people. First of all, I want to talk about what just took place. We can't talk about what's going to happen unless we talk about what just took place in Tallahassee on the fourth, fifth, sixth. It was your solar return in the midst of that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what just took place in Tallahassee. And what does that significance mean to us?
Well, what did not take place? the ushering in the feminine energy, all of us have got a part to play in the ushering in the feminine energy. I was just a part of doing my part. So that's the first thing I want to say. And I manifested on this planet 4, 5, 6, 7. So during the course of the my years of being on this planet, there has been stages of my presence to usher up to that day, coming up to this time and place that the solar eclipse happened. So my Earth Day was actually on the 5th of April. So when you start to mirror the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, on the fourth month, the 5th day of the 13th year is in the Bible. It's filling prophecy. This planet has been ruled by masculine energy. I didn't say man. I said masculine energy. The Earth Gaia is feminine, and the frequency has to be adjusted back to that. And my solar return here is for that purpose of what happened during the 4th, 5th, and 6th and 7th of this month, and they coincide. So what happened was Rod and myself and other key folks had to go to Tallahassee because that's where the conjure began. And we had to finish up ending the silent war that's been against our people. Now, my DNA activated a lot of what happened this past weekend. Those who were in the part during the family reunion got to experience the portal opening when I ushered the people across the rope and said, and broke security protocol to have the people to come and be on the on the grass, be grounded. And during this time, a lot of spiritual aspect happened on this planet. We had the opening of the portal. We had for the first time, a rainbow around the portal. And normally the rainbow is, it's like an arch, but this particular rainbow was around the sun in its fullness. And then the dragonflies flew all around our heads, and there was eagles, I think, and hawks, and this all kind of natural things that were happening because the feminine energy, the matriarch, was being placed back into the order of things. And then to seal the deal was the coronation, where I officially, as Her Majesty, took my rightful place to usher in the feminine energy and the matriarch reset. And with that, I'm going to allow Rod, because he's more detailed in stuff, but we had a glorious time, and we did some of the things that needed to be done. He's going to explain that, but that's basically what happened as I can tell it. I turn it over to him.
That was pretty accurate, Empress. So what we was looking at in the play out is the proper structure of nature naturally playing out according to the laws of nature. We get answers back in nature by reading the natural phenomenon that occurs at the event that explains to us the energy that's being moved at the event. So when you talk about the dragonflies, it was an abnormal collection of dragonflies performing abnormal dragonfly functions. Now, I can't say that they wasn't micro drones, but I know that they wasn't following normal dragonfly protocol in the way that they was circling the people, right? And the eagle was started with one, and then the one called for the second one to come, right? These is old cultural signs of nature that the chiefs supposed to know how to read as they assume their position as advisors to the clan mothers. The male chiefs serve as enforcement and advisory capacity to the tribal or the clan mothers. So when we start making certain provisions for the great mother to resume her seat, she's the mother of all clans by original blood, by mitochondrial birthright. So once this happens, when the men start, it don't need all the men, it need the right men to perform the right function according to the laws of nature and to follow the traditions of the people of the land. We call it our oral traditions. Our oral traditions is how we override the corporate fiction that's masquerading as our government. We have to unite clan mothers at this point. It's because it's the men going to be able to have more clean rulership authority under the matriarch than they did under the patriarchal regime that celebrated a homosexual pedophile priesthood. So once they realize that the usurpation of the matriarchy is also the usurpation of the divine masculine, because it's our function to restore the great mother on her throne anytime she's displaced. One of us have to speak up until she finds us. And the more you speak up, they're going to continuously surrender to the rightful heir, the physical receipt that matched what's being done using the oral tradition. Because we overthrowing the paperwork system of paper chains and debt slavery. Big Mama Bank is contingent upon substance to support currency. The current bank is what we call monopolized central banking, is designed to slowly, systematically deprive the people of their very own natural birthright of wealth. Nobody's supposed to be poor. Food, clothing, and shelter under the matriarchy is mandatory. The only people sleeping outside is the ones camping. We don't have homelessness under the matriarchy. But when you have rogue patriarchs with these agendas, everybody had an agenda. I don't have no agenda. That's why I don't charge for nothing. All I have has already been paid for in blood, sweat, and tears. And I had to give it back to the people because it's paid for already for free. If they decide to reciprocate, that's their option. But I'm still going to give it back, whether they reciprocate or not. It will be accessible to everybody because Big Mama said so. Build myself up to make myself of a value that any one of the chiefs can use my skill set to benefit the collective. It's not about one tribe, it's about all the tribes all over the planet have been usurped from their positions of power. In 2017, the matriarchs of China renamed the country and drafted up a new charter, and we wasn't watching. I was, because I had to watch because Big Mama told me to pay attention. Right? When I called for the closing of the treaties for failure to perform and fraud, they have to surrender to her the physical paperwork, not that we draw up, that they drew up. They drew up and they gave us the exonym Cherokee in the paperwork. So she had to put to Tsalagiyi Cherokee so that you'll know that we ain't the same as the exonym, but we the people claiming the birthright of our natural self. So she had to tell us, well, we had to take their paperwork back from them by following the oral tradition. They're going to surrender everything. That's what the Indigenous Rights Act was. So now when we go through this process, she had more people than the first constitutional convention at her coronation. It was 70 people at the first constitutional convention and 55 of them voted. That means 15 of them was in dissent. Everybody was in agreement with the Empress claiming her rightful birthright. Not because we thought that we needed to just find somebody to decorate. This is a birthright. And not only is it a birthright, because if you're lazy, you can't collect on your birthright. You have to put in the work. And just like I put in work to make sure that we enforcing the birthright and they giving her the receipts, she had to be put in the work to be worthy to accept them, or they won't give them to her. Once we get done, we end up with the coronation, and now the real work begins. The unity between the clan mothers is the most critical part of the process. And it's clan mothers all over the country, when they seen it, they recognized it from past lives because we done this so many times before, and they start reaching out. Because they know that once the rightful heirs come, we all get our natural birthright, and it's a trickle-down effect because we don't believe nobody need to be poor. Mama say you got to pay the guy that clean the toilet the same as you got to pay the CEO. A fair wage for a fair day's work is a matriarchal instruction that we have to follow. I don't think that's an unjust rule. If you work for it, they shouldn't be slowly siphoning it out from you in the form of taxation and inflation.
That's right.
Right? And all of those was to keep us debt slaves so that they can keep us under their thumb. So when we seen these events, we watching in real time a natural phenomenon take place among the people to restore the rightful heirs to their place. No respect as a person, no big eyes, no little U's. That's it.
And even though that and it is so simplistic, it seems like if everybody really wants the thing that they say they want, like we want our land, we want our, in a sense, sovereignty, sense we want to be able to, with all the rights and what we were born with, our birthright. Yet we have so many between us that want to be in dissension, that want to talk about the process, or how the process is being conducted, or who is in front of the process. And I think, though, and I'm not going to give that a whole lot of attention, because there's more, I think, positive people willing to follow what's right than there are dissenters that want to just keep chaos going so that they can profit from it. But just the same, I think it needs to be brought to the attention, because there are people that have, things to say about what we call ourselves, and what gender is in the position of so-called alleged power and so forth. And so those are the things that we have. What I hear coming to me in the position I sit in, of just, as you call me, the connector. The connector has so many things coming through our head. I can't remember half the stuff because so many things come. But I see this dissension, and I see confusion. And what I'm hoping to bring about with what has your coronation, Empress, is that unity and that love that you operate from, being shared and spread abroad. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think that the dissension and the anger and those who are profiteers are going to out, if you will, power love.
Can I address that?
Yes, please do.
A lot of the reason is because they know they have a birthright, and they don't know that not only are we going to secure our birthright, We coming to secure theirs too. They just haven't figured it out yet. Somebody have to follow our tribal tradition. It's called the redemption process. Certain chiefs is designated as family redeemers, and they have to go through certain trials and tribulations in order to learn how to deal justly with tribes with different cultural backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
We had many tribes with different cultures across the land. It's over 5,000 known tribes before Columbus arrived. Only 5 tribes made treaties. Where did that leave the rest of the tribes? Well, them the tribes we speaking up to now. Them the tribes we moving to get their birthright back. Those that was displaced. We don't care right now if they descent, because they seeing something, and to them they might feel as if somebody taking something from them, but they don't know we coming to be sure that you get what's rightfully yours. Just because you're not directly in my tribe, it don't mean that your tribal leadership is not allowed to use my skill set in order to find out why this tribe is displaced. They are all equally accessible to me, just like the emperors. It's just that the ones who are unaware, because remember, we didn't always get along with each other before the invaders came, and they exploited us because of it.
Yeah.
So we have to make room for them to descend until they realize that they included and not excluded. And that's what will cause the unity to solidify in the tribal mothers from those clans to reach out to you, Empress, to make those critical matriarchal links, because the orders have already been given from the highest heavens. We just following the steps on earth, as above, so below, to make sure that what we do on the physical plane match what was already accomplished spiritually.
Mm-hmm. And to manifest it in the now, in this realm. And I want to address my position as it relates to other to the tribal nation. If you if you go back to the recording of the coronation, I sit the seat as head of state for all the nations, as the liaison person, if you will, or the person to facilitate these things back to the tribal nation. That I'm not here on behalf of Cherokee, or but seem like everybody can identify with Cherokee, right? And so even the Caucasian people, well, my great grandma was Cherokee. You know what I'm saying? So that's the common name that I chose. But when we're talking about me operating from a foundation, and I named it the people of the Tsalagiyi hyphen Cherokee nation state, means that as the Empress, my work is to bring the unity, bring everything back to the clan mothers, bring the community together as one, and come from a place of love. It don't matter what you say about me. And I've had some comments on that I've seen on some of my stuff, right? And my first reaction is to come from a place of love. Because when you come from a place of love, they don't have nowhere else to go. They can't fight you because you're not reacting for them to fight you. I'm reacting from, and I agree with them. I'll be like, well, you might be right. Can you offer some suggestions that might help me? What can you argue with that? I have the gift that the ancestors gave me, the gift of moving energies in a way that is non-combative, right? and non-confrontational. You won't hear me argue with folks live, or and even the people within the nation that have taken the 12 steps of sovereignty. They will tell you that I wholeheartedly practice the law of allowing, because we haven't been doing that with each other, to allow people to have their opinion and not argue with them. You can agree to disagree. Do you have to respond to the negative? Do I have to respond to the negativity? No. I just only respond with a positive to balance it out. And then eventually people will understand that I'm not here to fight you. And I'm not here to discredit anything that you're saying, and to address that. Oh, well, what do we call ourselves? We call us Moors? Do we call ourselves Black? Do we call ourselves Negroes? Do we, all these things that keep us divided? How about you can allow somebody to call themselves what they want to call themselves? Just because you got an opinion about Black, somebody made that definition of Black up. But what is your definition of Black? Because out of darkness came light. So you can take the word and twist it and make it what you will, and be okay with whatever your choices are. And I will explain to anybody, you can do anything you want to do, but there is rules to it, rules of engagement. You can't harm anybody, and you cannot harm their property. Anything else, you're free to be who you are. I choose to continue to call myself a spirit being that manifests in the flesh for the human experience. And you cannot argue that with me, because that's my choice of what I want to identify myself with. Because I came from the zero, I came from the nothingness. So what is there to attach myself to in the flesh? See, when you start to attach yourself to things, calling yourself more, calling yourself this, that opens you up for separation. But if you say that I am a spirit having a human experience that manifests in the flesh, you can't argue that. I have not had anyone to argue that you're a spirit first. I don't identify myself other than that itself. And that if I start to put labels on myself, then I'm limiting myself in the flesh, while I'm housed in the flesh as a spirit being. And with that, I yield.
Well, I would like to hear from some of, you have some of the members of your tribe, your clan that are here, that have and have been working and work along with you. And I love the way you give them credit, not only give them credit for the things that they do to assist in the work that you have been called to do, but how you even, for me personally, have opened up and made available in some instances their assistance in making what I'm doing even better. So, which speaks volumes to who you are, and the fact that you're not in this thing for Empress. You're in this. You're in it because this is a call on your life, and folks don't understand calls. Sometimes it's a lonely road to be. And I'm sure anybody here, it's a lonely road when you're following your call, because folks naturally don't understand what it is and why it is that you do the things and say the things and acquiesce to the things that you do. But you're the one hearing the voice. You're the one hearing the assignment, and you're the one that has to follow it and fulfill it. So with that, would you please introduce and we'll call on some of your clan members or tribal members to kind of
of course
add to what we're saying.
Yes. It's my pleasure for them to grace me with their presence. And they themselves have their own mission within the parameter of the mission itself, and they have their spots. See, I've always been an empress in a seat just to facilitate the initiating. And once I initiate folks to their higher self, then they go and fly and use their own wings and do what they came here to do. And I'll be the first, and they will tell you, I let them be themselves. And I am not the center of attention. I make it all inclusive because we've had enough leaders making themselves Lord over our lives and making it about them and buying into the concept that you got to do what I say do and I don't. We've had enough of that, so it has to be a new thing here, and a new concept of what is Her Majesty and what is the mission. And if you look at all the other princesses and all of that, they serve no purpose for the human race, for the society. They're just a parasitic, using people for their own personal gain and their own benefit. And so, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to first Helena. She's been with me the longest. No. Let me back up. Melissa. Because I have people that's in the nation doing various things, and then I have three types of people. I have constituents. Constituents are people that have an interest in you because they like you, but they're not necessarily into what you do, but because they like you, they will support you and do whatever it is they can do to assist you. And then you have the confidants, which is the inner circle folks. Don't get them mixed up with the Conrads. And I'm gonna talk about the Conrads. So the confidants are the people that's inner circle. Those are the people that know where I live. They got probably keys to my house or can have access to me anytime they get ready. And they know my inner everything, and I can relax around them. Okay. And then I got the comrades. The comrades are we got a common enemy, or we got a common denominator, but we're not friends at all. So don't get them mixed up even as confidants. They just here to help you. You got a common enemy or common thing in common, and you get it done together and you go your separate ways. You don't hang out and you don't do any of that. And those are your three types of people. But these people that I brought on, they are my confidants. And Melissa is between my confidant and my comrade. So I'm going to introduce her to you all, and she can tell you about herself, and then I'll come back and introduce the next person.
Melissa?
Am I muted?
No.
No, you're not muted. We hear you.
Oh, I got the mic. I am the energy and the power
I'm gonna
within.
bring you up there so we can see. You're kind of in the dark.
I'm sorry, I'm in the dark. This is my peaceful time. I am the energy and the power that comes to the group. I keep a smile for everyone. My goal is to make sure that we unite, we stay on the same page, and we unite as one. My goal is to make sure as we travel and we are one together, that everyone stays in peace, everyone stays in harmony. I'm the one that puts down the rod when Empress is not around. They know I cut the same way Empress cut, but Empress just cut a little deeper. But yes, I am the one that has known her the longest. And with that, it has given me the ability to be able to read into signs and symptoms of people that are coming in and coming around her. And I'm able to sense some of the positive energy as well as some of the negative energy. And I find myself being a protector for her to the point where now they call what it's a name they have for me, but I told them I'm not taking that name. But I am more of her protector. I can feel when something is coming in her presence and it's not right. And she leans on me and actually sometimes depends on my second opinion related to the energies with people coming around her. And that's probably because of the time frame that I've known her. And the time frame that I've known her is 30 years. So it's not too many roads we haven't traveled together. I've seen this transition from the beginning all the way up until the point that we are now. And it has been an amazing transition right in front of my eyes that some days I can't even put it into words, how she has transitioned into the person that she is today. And I like the words that she said earlier about she's just a being. She's a spiritual being. And with that, you can't argue with that. You can't label that. And that's the way it needs to be. Things does not always have to have a title and a label, because that was one of the things we brought out this weekend. Everybody's trying to give me my tribal name. And I said, no, I'll know. I'll know when my name is for me. I'll know, but I appreciate all the help. But she's a spiritual being. And until others see that, they don't have to believe it. But until others see that, because there's a difference with believing and seeing, they're going to struggle. This thing is about unifying as one. And if I've ever in my life met someone that believed in everyone sipping from the same cup, it's Empress. And I yield.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Let me bring you down. I'm just asking. I'm a little bit shaken, so let me get back to the. Unfortunately, while you were speaking, I heard like 6 shots go off. So I don't know what happened, but I'm kind of seeing some flashing lights. So y'all just kind of got me a little shook. And see, that's what I'm talking about. 9 times out of 10, it's one of us against one of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for what?
And if you need to
So,
go check things out, we'd be happy
Please
to
do.
hold things down until you come back.
okay, so if you want to move on, I want to thank you and
Okay.
thank you so much, Melissa. It just kind of got me a little rattled.
Okay.
I want to go. I want to leave my office and go down. So
Okay.
can you?
Yes,
Okay.
we will hold it down for you till you come back.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'll go to the next person. If you
Make
want me
sure
to,
everybody's
or
unmuted.
we can do small talk until you come back. Which would you like?
Just to quick, because anybody who's muted themselves can unmute. Would
I
have
tell
to
you what,
unmute.
we'll get Living Water to sing us a song until you come back.
Okay. Thank you so much. I
Living
appreciate
Water.
music.
You gonna get your introduction on the back end. Right now, we need you to grace us. Sing us a beautiful song.
Let's see. What would be good for the day? I fell asleep late last night, and I slept the night and almost half the day away. And I just got up to hear your sweet voices say, we're still in love, and no one can take that love away. Ooh, love wakes me up every day. And I thought no one could ever make me feel this way. It fills me up when I hear your sweet voice say, we're still in love, and no one can take that love away. I love and be loved, 'cause there's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever be thinking of? It's better by far. So let yourself reach for that star and go no matter how far to the one you love, to love. And I mean all these words I say, and you don't have to guess what's going on inside my head. Tsalagiyi, y'all. Y'all the greatest family, and I'm so in love. Now I see my God. I wanna be loved. There's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever be thinking of? It's better by far. So let yourself reach for that star and go no matter how far to the one you love. I wanna be loved, 'cause there's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever be thinking of? It's better by far. So let yourself reach for that star and go no matter how far to the one you love, to love, love. I love you all.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, y'all hit that button, y'all. Good God Almighty.
Love you guys. Love you so much.
Oh, see, if y'all go on and go on the House of Reawakening and register, he's gonna be there with me on the what my date says again. Y'all have to keep me straight on the 26th, Miss Cynthia.
It's the 26th, 27th, and 29th, 28th.
Okay, so the night that I'm going to be speaking is the 26th.
The 27th.
The 27th. Now, Miss Cynthia, it's a pleasure to meet you first of all, right?
Thank you.
I finally get a face with your name. I've heard so many great things about you, but I'm bringing living water with me so y'all can use them as you see fit. They could be part of your entertainment, and y'all can work out the details because he's going to be accompanying me when I come to Delaware.
Are you guys coming on Friday for the meet and greet?
Yes, we're coming up on Friday and hang out with you guys and make this a success. And of course, the reason why we're here is to talk about that shortly. And these are the folks among two other folks that are not on here tonight because they had previous engagement. But they're going to be coming to help out with the introduction of myself. So after the last speaker, before I come on, they're going to be coming on to help out And so we want people to register for this
Yes.
great event. That the reason why we're on here tonight is to make sure that folks go on Dr. G's website or wherever it is to register for the Spring Into Action. And we'll get to that now that she's back. We're gonna, oh yeah, here it is. It's actually on the screen for
Once in
those.
a lifetime event.
Yes, it is. So please go on the House of Reawakening Minds website at www.houseofreawakeningminds with an s.com/events and register for the Spring Into Action. We're going to get back to that shortly. But as you can see, she's graciously put my picture up on the flyer to let you all know I'm gonna be a keynote speaker, and I'm bringing living water with me among some key folks that y'all seen at the coronation, so that we can come together and make this a success. This is what we do for each other.
Absolutely.
Dr. G has been under the weather and she hasn't had time. My thing for some reason is doing whatever it's doing. It's saying that I need to touch it to keep it active. There we go. All right, there we go. Now they said do this right here and unable to verify. Okay, now I got to put the puzzle back in the thing here. Okay, now wait a minute. This thing just want to play. There we go. Okay, so they say verification complete. Okay, there we go. So anyway, she's been under the weather. So of course, registration is down. And that's our purpose for coming on tonight, to make sure we bring the registration back up so that you guys can know what you're going to be missing if you don't register. So now she's back. Now let me introduce Living Water, since he just got through gracing us with this beautiful song, Dr. G. I hope you was able to hear it.
Part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there's no ambulance out there, just police. So
okay.
That means
all right. Well, all is well. Just stay in the inside and know that you're covered.
Yeah.
Living Water.
It's such a pleasure to be here today, and to be present at a time such as this. I am here. This is something I have been searching for all my life, and I kept reaching that glass ceiling in the corporate world, in the work world, and went into religion, went into a lot of things, and I kept running into I kept feeling like there was a stopping point, and I know when you're eternal being, there's no stopping point. It's only circulation. And so me and Empress's husband, Yaya, we go way back, a long way back, and we were studying the knowledge for a long time, even when I was in the streets and we were dipping and dabbing in the church in and out. And so I used to run nightclubs, and so Yaya, he knew me and he knew the things I used to do. And we would be out there hanging out with the ladies and stuff, and I would always ask him, I said, man, why you ain't hollering at none of these ladies? He said, I'm waiting on that one. He said, it's one I'm waiting on. And it's like 6-7 years before he met her. And so so one day, 6-7 years later, I'm riding and I stop at this gas station. So I get a call from Yaya, and he called me. I answered the phone. He say, I found her. I found her. I found the Empress. I found her. She the real one. And I'm like, man, what you talking? He said, you remember I told you I was waiting on that one? And she was coming and I was waiting on her. So I said, yeah. I said, well, where you at? I'm in Rock Hill. He said, where you at? I said, I'm at the gas station on Anderson Road. He said, I'm on Anderson Road. He said, where you at on Anderson Road? I said, I'm at the gas station across from the QT. And I look, he coming through the light, turning in where I was. And he put me on the phone with Empress. And ever since that day, we've been riding together. And we did the first powwow. And if you're on TikTok and you see the one which we was doing the installation, you hear the guy saying, hola, hola, hola. That's me. And I became her ambassador. I took her all over the county, was introducing her to people. And so she made me the ambassador for the Tsalagiyi Cherokee Nation. And I've been the ambassador ever since then. And I can assure you that it's real love. It is real love. And I'm so glad to be a part of my real divine spiritual cosmic family. Things that since this weekend, I've never in my life, in all the revelations, divine revelations, and the magical moments I've had in the spirit, I've never experienced what I experienced in Tallahassee this past weekend. And for all of us to live in that one house, like it was Big Mama's house, and Mama was getting up fixing people's bread, eggs and grits, and telling us, get out there and go on and do what y'all supposed to do, like Grandma used to do. And we was at Big Mama's house, and I got to hang out with Rod and see. I used to watch Rod on YouTube, and so I was watching Rod, and he was talking about Big Mama, and I say, well, I'm rolling with Big Mama. You know, I'm rolling with the one that's got the allodial title and the deeds of trust and the banking redemption. I'm riding with her, you know, and I'm hearing he'll talk about her, right? So he just talking about her. So I call her and Yaya. I say, Mama, y'all got to hear this dude named Rod. He talking about you. So he was, matter of fact, Dr. G, he was on your show at the time. It was you, him, and Todd Sharif.
Yeah.
And y'all was talking, and he was breaking down the history and how the clan chiefs was coming back together. And he was talking about Larry Hoover and Malachi York. And he was bringing it home, and it was hitting home with all the stuff that was going on with us, you know, and on our Zooms and stuff like that. And, you know, me just hanging out with Empress, coming to the house. And I told Empress about him, and I guess you made contact with Dr. G.
I did.
And then she made contact with Rod, and here we are. Here we are. And then I get to meet Melissa. I had already met Helena, and I hadn't met Copper Armor, and Sister, Cynthia Martin. It's a pleasure meeting you, Dr. G. It's a pleasure meeting you for the first time. I am Chief Lord Living Water, sanctioned and approved by the Empress Rare Bird herself, and accepted by the Tsalagiyi family. And my position and who I am is that I am. And I love you all, and I'm here for services, and I yield.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I saw a comment, and I'm not sure if I don't even want to put it up because I may be misinterpreting it, but without putting it up, and you know who you are, something about disrespectful or something it says, and about Grand Sheik on the platform that he has built. And I want to say to you, whoever you are, because I don't know who you are, the only reason why Grand Sheik is not on here is because he's not here this Friday. There is no, he is not in disagreement whatsoever with what's going on. He will be speaking at the same event that the Empress will be speaking at. As a matter of fact, I want to make this abundantly clear for people. I don't have Grand Sheik on the platform as a guest. He is a part, an integral, he's on the board and an integral part of the House of Reawakening Mind. So y'all stop thinking he's on here as a guest. He's just not on here today. He's a part. And Cynthia can make that even plainer probably for me. So first of all, he's not being disrespected because he's not in disunity, if you will, with what's being said and what's taking place. So you are misinformed. And, you know, if you're going to be on here, don't say anything if you can't say anything good. That's right. Because, you know, I was going to block you, but I'm going to just maybe correct your misconception about just because he's not on here. This is not against his teachings. It is not against, you know, what he stands for. Yeah. He is not in disharmony or disunity with anybody on this platform.
That's correct.
That's correct.
So I just want to make that abundantly clear to anybody who thinks that, you know, he's not.
They should go back because he told them that I'm the closer.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't understand what that means, so they can't understand the work I'm doing and how Grand Sheik would call me the closer because they in one-dimensional paradigms.
Yes.
We not angry with them for that. We just have to be a little bit more tolerant, a little bit more patient until they catch up to what we're doing, because this levels in his pay grades.
That's correct.
Mhm.
That's
I'm
correct.
performing a direct function by the call of Big Mama herself. An imperial order was given to use my skill set to redeem the collective tribes. It don't make me better than damn person out there.
Mhm.
And some of y'all might be way better than me.
Mhm.
Because Big Mama had to make sure I had the instructions not to tear nothing up. So my chief told me, my chief is Larry Hoover. He said, you can't be out here gang banging.
Nope.
You go in to hit them books, and when you come out, you brain banging.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't have any malice toward the ones who don't understand yet.
Right.
But if they keep watching as the clan mothers start greeting and meeting each other, watch the flow of the energy. Don't listen to none of the intellectual jargon and garbage. Feel the energy as these matriarchs start making their connections, because the love energy is going to change you in an instant when it hits you.
Yep. And if you're going to come in the presence of Her Majesty, then that's all you're going to be feeling. Nothing but love is going on in the frequency right now. And I never got a chance to clear up something that I said, Dr. G, during the, and I want to make it official to clear it up tonight, because I hadn't had the opportunity to, since I said something and misquoted something. That Dr. G and Taj are together as in a relationship, other than the fact that they are business partners in what they're doing, and that I needed to correct myself in my statement that I made the assumption. And see, when you assume something, you make an ass out of yourself. And when I need to clear up something, I'm going to clear it up. And so those who heard me say that, I stand to be corrected, because she made it perfectly clear to me it ain't that kind of party. Okay? And that was around his birthday, I believe it was.
It was.
And so, and now I'm having the opportunity, and when I get to Delaware, I'm going to say it again. Okay? So folks won't, they just take whatever they can take and make a mountain out of a molehill. Hell, I thought it was a good thing, if anything, that I said it. I meant that in a good way. But even if I meant it in a good way, it's still not so. So they're not an item. They're not in a relationship with each other romantically.
No, he's my big brother. I'm his little sister.
We
Yeah,
can't be
and
talking about
his
ancestral and incest stuff going on up in the place, okay?
yeah. Well, the phone started buzzing.
Yeah.
Dr. G, Empress said, I was like, what?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
folks that know.
Yeah,
But,
and I
now
promised you I would clear that
you
up
did.
when I had the
You did.
opportunity to do that. I mean, I couldn't just do it without you, but it was in the presence of you that I agreed to you and said to you, oh, well, let me clear that up. And so I am doing that tonight. And again, I'm going to do it when I get to Delaware. I'll probably do it throughout the weekend, so folks will get the memo that I misspoke something.
Yeah.
I made a
And the other
mistake.
that's that and that I know that. I know there was nothing, no negative intent. But I also wanted to say this to whomever, just for clarity. Often Grand Sheik will say, and you all have probably heard him say, I know you have, Cynthia, he says, I'm Anayanwea. So he'll tell you his clan tribal name. So he teaches us about being more, but he said, my people are Anayanwea. So what does that mean? You know what I mean? Cynthia, I know you work very closely with him
It's the name for Cherokee, actually.
Right. Wow. So he says that all the time, y'all. All the time.
And
That's the name my grandmother would say. Okay, but but everybody understands Cherokee, so it means that. It means I think something about people, pleasure, people, something like that. She said.
We gotta remember when when the exonym Cherokee was thrust up on us, it included multiple tribes that was different tribal lineages under a catch term.
Yeah.
And this is why when they have to surrender those documents, they have to cover all of the tribes. So they use the exonym that include all of the tribes they usurped.
Yeah.
When you do the etymology on Cherokee, it's going to tell you the main two tribes that they overlaid the Cherokee term on top of in order for that exonym to include both treaty tribes, non-treaty tribes, and immigrants who was presidentially decreed as Indians and rolled in under the Dawes Roll. And that's why you got pale faces with Cherokee and they family too. But when you refine it and find out they might be Polish Cherokee because they was given the term under the $5 Indian by paying $5.
And the $5, each state has a form that they can fill out. That's $5.
To this day?
Yeah, right to this day. It's the $5 called unincorporated association. And they hide it under such because when they register it, it's not public view. You got to know how to get to that website in the Secretary of State website in order to see all the different registration under that $5 form that y'all don't know about, but I know about it. And using that unincorporated association. Oh, I'm gonna get down when I come to Delaware and talk about that. So I'll save that for that. But however, what I wanted to say was the distinctiveness when I put Tsalagiyi in the front. Tsalagiyi means the original people. And so that distinguished us as well as nation state. Not just Cherokee. Oh, I'm Cherokee. Well, I'm Cherokee nation state. Tsalagiyi, the original bloodline. So you can keep saying what you're saying, but you can't use the word indigenous, autochthonous, and all the in-between words that are reserved for us. And that's not what we call trying to have separation. We just speaking truth. That the people were melanated. And my blood right. And my DNA gives me the right to rule of all of it. I yield. Now,
I'm not sure if everyone's had a chance, so I want you to continue introducing.
I'm going to resume now. Helena. Let me tell you about Helena right quick. Helena is the one that did all our beautiful headpieces. She does all of my headpieces. The one that you see Living Water wearing tonight, my beautiful jewelry. She adores me with all of my headdresses that you see me wear. So I want to make that perfectly clear that everyone's headdress for the coronation, and also my blue one, the big blue one y'all saw me with multiple times. This is the person that created that, and I give you Helena.
Welcome.
Hello, greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
How are y'all today?
You're well.
I could start back from 2019 when I first met Empress. I met her at one of Dr. Laila Africa's lecture that was hosted by Comedic Science Institute. At the time, I was bending and I had my afro out. And she walked in the door with our chiropractor, Johnny. And I said, "You got your afro out and I have mine out too. Can we take a picture together?" And then I went back to vending and she came to our table and gave us some information. And then I encountered her again probably a few months later at Mama Bessie's. I was like, I remember you. Where did I remember you from? I said, oh yeah, Dr. Maya Africa's lecture. So she gave me instruction and I followed those instructions. And I've been with her ever since. The information that she shared with me 5 years ago really started, being more overstanding, I would say about 2 years ago, like how I process the information. And she always adds something new or a twist to it. And so, she gives and she gives in love. She shares in love, and she's authentic, and she walks in true, pure, unconditional love. And she is the epitome and the greatest example of what a lady is supposed to look like. A royal highness, Empress chakra, rare bird, rare neighbor. Is a gift to this universe, this galaxy, and should appreciate that gift that has been given to us. I'm so grateful for being in the right space and energy that I had the opportunity to meet someone that has taught me how to be a better person. And the one thing she always would say and stress to me, do as you say and say as you mean. Your word is your bond. And many of them don't have that no more, and that's how we lose trust. She taught she taught me many, many, many things, and I'm grateful. And as far as my creativity, I got my creativity from my mother. I pay homage and I give thanks and gratitude to my mom. Everything that I know how to do, I learned it from my mother, and I took it to another level. The creativity is genetically encoded in me. It was gift of these many gifts that have been given to me is not for no reason at all. I know that part of my mission
Can you
in
get a
this
little
realm
bit
again is
closer
to
to your
teach.
microphone? Because you're
Yes,
breaking up.
ma'am. I can. Can you hear me better now?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit, because it's
Hello?
breaking up.
Yes. I apologize. As I was saying, all of these gifts that I have, I know I have to teach. I got so many of them, so many, so many gifts, and I'm thankful for them. And the added family that I've gained along the way. Everybody has their purpose. We all are energy, and just the experience in the house, like everyone that spoke before me, we all was able to be at peace. And I feel like that was everybody's desire, the energy that everybody desired in that house to have peace and pure, unconditional love. And that's move. And we was able to make this monumental event successful because we worked together in true, pure, unconditional love. And I yield.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you.
Helena. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Copper Alma. She has a friend called Candy that protects us. Thank goodness for
Love and
Candy.
light.
Love and light.
Love and light. Yes, I'm Copper Ama. I met Empress in 2023.
How I met Empress is I was looking for myself, looking for my purpose. I knew myself and I knew I had a purpose to serve, but I didn't know and for sure, who it was. I had just lost my mother, and she would whisper to me here and there. So I found myself looking for my purpose and also helping others by looking for that purpose, because looking for the sovereignty and the freedoms that we desire and our birthrights. I knew that it was available and reachable, but all the chaos of all the government paperwork made no sense to me. And she just so happened to grace a room I was in speaking on trust and equity. Something told me to go there, something told her to go there. Um, while we were in there speaking, I was doing a lot of the speaking, and then she spoke up and she advised us on some information about the land. When she finished talking, she got in touch with the person that was running that room and invited just a few of us, maybe six, and told that person to invite the people that they felt was the best people to come and to meet Empress. And I happened to be one of them. And it's wild because when she first spoke in that trust the equity room, she was speaking, but we couldn't see her. And then she graced us with her presence, and she said, I have to cut my camera on because it's not right for you all to hear but not see me." And when she graced her face, I heard someone in my ear say, "Stop looking for me. She's going to help you find you. That's your mom. That's your mama." And I knew that was my mom speaking, but she was telling me to stop searching for her. So as I got to get to know her, and I joined the 12 Steps to Sovereignty class, and getting into the class and listening, and I knew a lot of what she was saying. I was already hip to a lot she was saying and able to expound on some extra that I knew myself. But then I humbled myself and I just sat back and listened. And as I listened, I learned nothing but love. And I knew myself, but I found myself even further. And as I found myself and I'm listening and I'm finding and I'm watching everyone else find themselves in love. What the Empress teaches you in her 12 Steps to Sovereignty class is that you are the North Pole. You are the Sirius star. And it's all about you. And that finding you, everyone is circling you. It's not about just one person. It's about all of us. And we're all those stars circling. And each and every one of us is that star, that Sirius star. And she teaches you how to go up in love. It's all about love. And if you can't find yourself to love yourself, you can't find yourself to love anybody else. And once you find yourself to love yourself, you'll find yourself loving everybody else. And as my brothers and sisters said on this call,
And under that roof in that house, we all slept like babies. We all slept like mama's baby, with not a worry in the world. Not one worry in the world. And I was part of that security team, and I keep candy handy, and most of us know what that is. So, in other words, I'm a good shot.
Andy Oakley.
Love and
And I teach my son the same.
Hey,
And
me
he
too.
goes along with and my son was so happy to be there. He's in class of 24. He watched me go through class of 23. So my son decided to do 24. And he was part of that security team. And he was the only one waking up every other hour and going through that house like a dragonfly and touching and making sure everybody was good. And there was no harm that came to us. So he turned and he called all the men in the house dragonflies, because we have a thing there where we call us females, Empress calls us her butterflies. And it was the most beautiful thing to see all those dragonflies grace us in that yard. And when we were at the park for our family reunion, that was the most beautiful thing. How everybody just came in love, grounded on that grass, and those dragonflies and the eagles and the hawks were calling her name. The hawks were calling her name. The rainbow around the sun, I've never ever seen that before in my life. I've never seen a rainbow go around the sun in a complete circle. I've seen halos, but I've never seen a rainbow. If that wasn't confirmation, I don't know what that was. And like Brother Rod said, we all came into agreement in love and light. And this is one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm with all gratitude, and I'm very humbled to be here and call us family. And what we say around here is we love us. Love us to life.
I say,
And I land.
I say, thank
Hey,
you.
thank you so much. I appreciate, I can feel love, and I know you all can feel the love, and it's important when you're in a situation like this and you can feel the energy has no bounds, no boundaries.
Yeah.
So, I'm an energy worker. I send energy to people all around the world for healing and da da da. So I know when it's real love, folk can feel it, and even, when you hold that space of energy and positivity, even the negative has to stand in, like, okay, it's got to take us back seat to that energy of love. And that's important. It's so important to keep that. With that, I do want to introduce the CEO. I have a couple of people, but one individual in particular, my sister, who has been holding my hand, throughout the years and helping me to not lose it, because for many years I was doing what I was doing, just me, just absolutely me. When the church broke up, it was just me. And when the people started coming, it was like a revolving door. They would come in groups, and if I didn't, if I wasn't doing what they thought I should be doing, the group went out. Until I have met some people like my sister who genuinely loves me. And when you're not used to it, when you're not used to somebody wanting to do for you genuinely, I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard to let go of things, even though you're overwhelmed, because you've never had anybody say, hey, let me do that. Let me handle that. Well, Cynthia Martin is and in her own right, she's an awesome. If I read her bio, you go, why is she doing that if she has all of this behind her? Because she's humble, and she's also what did you call it? Sister Copper called it her she's a candy girl or something.
Yeah.
Whatever you said about it. This woman instructs on how to shoot guns and how to shoot bows and arrows, and she's like,
Yeah.
"This all." I mean, no.
Yeah.
My,
See,
you
them
got-
the least ones they look over, Dr. G. Them the ones you want, the ones they
She's
think otherwise.
right. Don't mess with Texas.
Don't you dare.
From the Lone Star, Lone Star State of Texas. Cynthia Martin, publisher, has her own publishing company. Is currently working on republishing a lot, not even republishing, putting together new updated versions of Grand Chic's books so we can get them in bound copies, and
Yes.
so you can all get that. But she is committed to the House of Reawakening Minds.
Absolutely.
And
Fully.
she is committed to me. I would say that, and
Yeah.
she's teaching me how to allow somebody to care about me genuinely.
That's right.
Cynthia.
That's it. So what I wanted to say that, from the House of Reawakening Minds, we just want to give honor to Empress. It was nice meeting you this evening, and also to the Chiefs. I know Levin walked away, but I guess he can look at this later. But on this magnificent occasion, I want to dedicate this to you guys, all of you, of your coronation, Empress. It is with immense joy and reverence that we extend our heartfelt congratulations to you, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Your ascent to the throne marks not only the monumentous event of our tribe, but also a beacon of hope and promise for all who are privileged to witness this historic event, because it truly is one. As you embark on this noble journey of leadership, may your reign be blessed with wisdom, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the prosperity and well-being of, your people and our nation. Your coronation symbolizes a new chapter filled with possibilities. And we are eager to witness the remarkable accomplishments that will undoubtedly unfold under your astute, rule. And I don't know, I can only speak for myself and for my sister, with profound admiration and sincere respect, we offer our sincerest congratulations to you, as well as the Chiefs. Once again, may your reign be adorned with the grace of tradition and the brilliance of innovation.
Wow.
Guiding your immense knowledge to the heights of boundless prosperity. And I think that's what we're all looking for, and that's what we're all trying to obtain.
Yes.
And I think it will come to fruition. And I'm so looking forward to the event. And I'm so excited that you're bringing the tribe with you.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be one of the events this year that everyone will really remember. And if anyone is out there listening and you haven't got your ticket, or, you want to come, hey, that's what trains, planes, and automobiles are all about. Get on one, get a skateboard, right? Skate to Delaware. I don't care how you get there. Okay. But I think it's important that you do. Yeah. Now, I can't make that an important thing for you in your life, but everyone has to awaken to what their spirit and their soul is all about on this earth plane.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I can talk all night, but again, I'm so excited and so proud that you guys are all here, and it's just amazing. It truly is. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll be there way before you guys. That's just what I do, because I need to make sure that everything is done so my sister doesn't have to do it. So I'll be there next Friday, prior to you coming the following Friday.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I'm looking forward. It was my pleasure meeting each and every one of you guys. And I'm just so proud to be, just to be living at this particular time, so I don't know. I'm just excited.
Thank you. Well, listen, just to let you all know what exactly is going on as far as the agenda, and I'm going to put it back up again. We have 3 days. The first night it's a meet and greet, hors d'oeuvres, music, getting to, so, some people will be in there and coming in on Friday, and maybe some may not come until Saturday.
morning.
But the meet and greet is from 7 to 11 p.m. On Friday. And then Saturday we start at 10 a.m. and we go to 10 p.m. So it's a full day. And on Sunday, we are go from 8 to 2, but Sunday is more dedicated to holistic and wellness on that last day. So we're doing, we got metaphysical stuff, and Dr. Dave Levy Bay, myself, and others. Dr. Elagon, who was amazing last year. Weather permitting, we took a trip, a walk on the Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, to a place we have called Brandywine Park, which Chief Pontiac is the first time he ever made contact with me. Grand Sheik and I were walking that through that park. You remember? And you reached out to me on Facebook, and then I questioned you whether or not that was really you.
Hey, look, I almost caught the Holy Ghost when you said, "I got ties right here with me."
We were walking at the Brandywine. So we went last year, and we had Dr. El Hagan with us, and he's one of those ones that can identify the plants and whether it's healthy, or is it medicinal, is it poison. So we did that and had fun, and then we got started, and we had an awesome time. We have all kinds of demonstrations and things, and we'll be doing, you'll be able to get different services on that last day on Sunday. It's all about health and wellness. The lectures are all day on Saturday with the Empress. She's going to be wrapping it up. So I'm going to have Sister Cynthia is going to be the timekeeper.
Yes,
we got a few other ones that we know can really speak for long.
Yeah.
Grand Sheik and some
Abdullah.
Yeah, but and we have a mixture, if you will, and we're hoping also that anyway, we have a variety, but I am of the strong opinion that everybody has a piece. Yes. And sometimes we all need to come together to be together.
That's right.
Yes.
So these gatherings, and I want to say this to Empress, what I heard when you were talking about the eagle, and I've been holding this to say this, that the first eagle came. I don't know, but I feel like that was a male eagle. When you say the second eagle, that was a female, came to put the female. That was a divine feminine being validated.
Right.
That's why the two eagles. The first one was like that masculine coming and scoping it out and going, yeah, it's time to pass the torch. Yep. It's time to pass the scepter. I don't want to say torch.
Yeah.
And that's the second eagle came.
Yeah. Yeah. What I've experienced, probably particularly after the coronation, is that I'm still experiencing the patriarch. They're still trying to come and insert their agenda by coming into my presence with their agenda, instead of overstanding the agenda for the matriarch. They're still coming with their own agenda, and with eyes on them, like Rod and some other men that are around me. They think that they're not being seen, but they are. And my position is always to be in the position to give you back yourselves. That's my work. That's the spiritual aspect of my seat. I really don't care about all that other stuff. because that's not important as you being restored spiritually back to yourself. And that's all you're gonna hear me be about. Because I honestly spiritually know that if the people are restored back spiritually, then everything else will happen naturally. But as long as we are not whole in our spirit and knowing who we are, there is no coming back together because you're not together. You have to the patriarch system have to understand that my agenda is to balance it out, not to X out, but to bring both energies together. And I was in the kitchen today, and something came to me to say tonight, and that was this, because I never know what I'm gonna say. I don't practice nothing. I let even my coordination. Y'all, I don't know where those words, I do know where they came from. They came from the ethers. They were meant for me to say. When I read the birth certificate, the birthing of the nation, did you hear what I wrote? What came down?
No,
I will end tonight reading that, if I may,
of course.
for your ears. But I never like practice anything. I'm in spirit when spirit takes over and gives me the things to say and to know. I haven't studied, I don't have a PhD degree and all those alphabet letters, but I have a IE degree, where the highest of the realm. I'm coming from the highest seat there is to come from, and that's my spiritual self. You will not get my ego. You will not get my agenda. I'm not going to promote myself. As you see, I brought other folks around me uh, because it's the right thing to do. I couldn't get where I need to be by myself. And I dare me think I'm the only one that everybody got to bow down to. Folks is bowing down to me. I'm bowing down to them too. If you bow down to me, I'm gonna bow down to you. I'm gonna get on my knee, because we have to honor each other. And leadership has not honored the people. They have put themselves up there and to be worshiped and adorned. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with anybody bowing down to me unless I bow down to them, and that we all equal in this. It's just that we have different roles to get the job done. Get not the job, but get the work done. The spiritual work is at hand. This is not about the work of being redeemed, to have 50 Bentleys in your garage and the biggest 50-room mansion. What you gonna do with all that? Okay, but birds got a nest, and they're provided for every day to go get the worm and to feed their babies. Why would only species that in that out of order? The web being we being caught up in the web of self, the ism, I, self, and me. That's ism, y'all. And so my work is to reverse that. And if you hating on me for that, then you're the loser, not me. Because I'm a winner. You know why I'm a winner? Because I see myself in you and you in me. And that's what makes me a winner, because I love you before I don't love you. I have unconditional love for folks, and I respect people's thinking. Some of it is a little off, but so am I sometimes. I have to check myself. And to be the people's empress is my work to show them themselves. That's what made me the people's empress. I adore you all. And giving living water and chief armor and copper and all the rest that'll be a part of this, give them an opportunity to shine their light. Because I ain't the only one got a light to shine. And a good leader will tell you that. And so I want them to shine because they play a part in this whole era of what's happening here. And I honor Taj for standing in the gap for our crazy self to come and wake up. You know how long he's been on his journey and being in his position? I bet you he is glad that he ain't got to do a whole lot more than what he had to do when nobody was around, and even probably some of his own people turned on him too. And he's got his own wounds and his own healing to do at this time. Now that we shown up, he can sit down somewhere and let somebody feed him. Because he showed fed a lot of people. He was the first house that I stopped by when I woke up. The Moors was around me. And I was like, they came from everywhere. I hosted something at my house. I was new on the scene, so I was the in-between point, the middle point from the east and the west. So everybody met at my house. And that's how I came into the knowledge of the Moors and all of that. I've stopped by everybody's house, and everybody's house got something in it that I enjoy. And everybody's house got some stuff in there I didn't like, so I just left it. I will not criticize the houses that were up with the light on. We'll leave the light on for you. And Todd wasn't there to have the light on for us. You know, I have the book of the civics and Noble Drew Ali, and I learned about all of that. But that's not that I didn't stop there. And a lot of people go by houses and they stay. You got to visit them all. The house of the Lord. I had to visit the Moor's house. I visited the Caucasian house. I visited a lot of houses, and I've made allies and friends in every last one of the houses.
Empress, when I first came on, I was able to tell Taj and Dr. G could tell you. I say, I came so you can retire now. Because they don't understand the level of self-repeat to ad nauseum you had to go through. So now I'm gonna come finish it up because I want you to have your twilight years walking on the beach getting fed grapes by some scantily clad women.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You earn the right by work and by deed. Right. By suffering and self-sacrifice, right, to continuously teach us civics.
That's correct. And our suffering, it came with a price. Rod has suffered. I've suffered some losses and sacrificed our lives to do the work that we're doing. And at such a time as this, and there have been times where I've cried myself, and people have turned on me and betrayed me, but they betrayed themselves. They really didn't betray me. They betrayed themselves because I'm still here with the work. I'm not going to betray the work. I know what the work is for me to do, the mission, the vision. And so it's an honor, Miss Cynthia, of the kind words that you said to me that fed my spirit. Because sometimes that's all it takes is somebody to say a kind word to me to keep me on the path. Because sometimes I'll be behind the scenes and I'd be cussing. I'd be like, doggone, But then after I get through and take a bath and put on my clothes and put on my glad rags, as they say, and then I got to make another day's journey. So
we should get more into speaking life into each other as opposed to words of destruction and pain.
Yes, it's so important.
We've been taught by our enemy to talk down to each other, to not have the right to be having a different opinion without being a whole bunch of colorful epithets.
Right.
I ain't the one that come to bring to recover the collective, what's rightfully theirs, that we done all suffered on some level in order to pay the price, in order to go through the catharsis, in order to purge those lower instincts, in order to embody the higher self, in order to bring the love energy to affect the most people. But I ain't got no problem tearing nothing up. That's just not my job. They told me we brain banging.
Yeah.
I got attitude.
Me too.
I wanna go slap some people upside the head with what my mama keep in her purse. But she told me I can't do that. She told me to stand in the position of right, tell the truth until they hear.
Yeah. And
that's the way of the righteous.
That's correct. And so we have to honor the protocol. We don't get to do what we want to do, because sometimes when we tear some stuff up and to go home and call it a day. You figure it out, So we don't have that attitude because we can't have it, because who's going to do the work? And we don't do it. And we have to do it with grace and style, by the way.
And that's why our calling was not a conference call privy to everybody else's ear. It was a direct link, Big Mama on the main line, talking directly to us. Mama didn't tell nobody else to do my job. She told me to do my job. I don't care if they like me for it, if they don't like me for it. If they respect me for it, they don't respect me for it. But at the end of the day, they gonna be glad that I disregarded they disrespect long enough to get them their birthright. It's not personal. It's just business. It just so happened to be family business. And I just take family business personal because I love my family. Period. And as long as my sisters ain't got what's rightfully theirs, I don't want that. I get mad when my sisters get theirs. Put my big mama back on her seat, put her butterflies back around her throne, put a flower in her hair, and get out the way. That's all. I'm easy to handle after that.
Yeah.
I'm easy to handle after that. But now when you start trying to stop me from performing the function that I was given from birth in order to become a better self so that I could benefit the most people, now you asking for a problem that I don't think you want. You think you want the smoke. I'm with the low vibrational, low frequency, clear the lower realms out in order to get to the higher realm. I'm with that, but that ain't my job right now. I gotta try to speak in a certain way. We call it talking with the light codes. The light codes activate the DNA for us to remember who we was, because we was already here. You don't have to call me native, but I'm organic to the land. Natural, just like a tree. My bloodline spring up from that Mississippi clay dirt. So you don't have to believe me. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like none of the clans that I'm from. Right? In this lifetime, I was born in the Nation of Growth and Development, and my chief is Larry Hoover because they murdered my other chief, my superior chief, King David. So since they murdered King David, my chief now is Larry Hoover. And my grid, right, is Don Dirt. He was the one who codified our tribal history for us while we was reclaiming our tribal status among the collective tribes. I already know who my people is. I don't have to disregard who my folks is, because I know my secondary chief, which is the witness to anything Larry do in a righteous endeavor, is Chief Malik Angel Bay. He the law on the land. When all of the chiefs in their right position, he is the grand marshal of the collective tribes that enforces the law issued from the collective clan mothers that we call our council of elders. That's his job. He been usurped by the enemy, held in captivity to prevent him from performing his rightful function for the benefit of the clans. We not happy about that. They think we beefed out because he under the 5, I'm under the 6. He the witness. He's the rook. The rook is the military commander. Off the left hand. I mean, he coming to slap you silly when you don't get right. And the enemy knew who he was before he became self-aware, and that's why they held him in captivity this long. The same with Larry Hoover. The same with Big Tookie. They know who we are. They know who the clans are. They vilify terms and change the name. They got you thinking that a gang is not a tribe. They just an outlaw tribe that don't sign treaties with the enemy. Period. So they call them gangs, belligerent tribes, non-treaty tribes. This is a collective unit moving, but we have to unlock each piece like a combination. And for us to do the righteous work, we got to do right by everybody. We can't just do right by the people that we like, the people that like us, because then that's selective. You picking and choosing who you want to fight for. When I was training myself, I didn't know that all of the other tribes had fair use under the sheep dipping rule in the military to draw my expertise from undergrowth and development and use me for Peastone Nation, use me for the Vice Lord Nation, use me for the Choctaw Nation, use me for the Cherokee Nation. Any one of them elder mothers that call me and say, what do we do about this situation? If I don't know, I'm going to have to figure it out, because I have to come back with a competent and effective answer in order to help each and individual tribe just as well as I got to help my own.
Same
Ain't no big eyes and no little U's.
Thank
I
you.
want to say, I need to say this. We have someone in the chat named Stay Silent, and they actually are the antithesis of staying silent, because I didn't start about 12 comments, all about once you said about replacing Taj. I know what you mean, and I know what you've said. You're saying that you're giving him his props for everything he's done, and saying,
that's right.
If you're tired, because you're keeping it going because people just haven't gotten it. But if you're tired and you've been on this battlefield for 50 years, we're here to give you that much needed rest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see him up close and personal, and I know he's full of knowledge and all that. Y'all see us on here first and third Friday, but I look in his eyes since I've known him for the last 13 years, worked with him, and I see tiredness in his eyes. I'm sitting right next to him. I see the change when I'm talking literal. Yeah. Literal. And he's still a working man. He's still repairing and building houses and fixing stuff and doing stuff in addition to, if you say repetitiously bringing back this knowledge. And so stay silent. If you heard correct, he's not trying, he wants to, or he or she, because I don't know the gender, but they think that, why do you want to replace Taj, and why can't you be you and Taj be Taj? You're not saying that you want to be Taj. You and he's him. So I'm just saying,
Dr. G.
Yeah, but I'm just saying from a standpoint, and they want, can Taj come on here and have you say that to him?
Can I address that in a way that that people can hear what I'm getting ready to say?
Absolutely.
Stop trying to start shit.
There you go.
And I am for that. Trying to hold on and twist people's words. We don't entertain that. And the thing that I would like to offer, because people offer me suggestions, and I sit and I think about them. And I think about them very carefully why people are giving me suggestions. So as your counterpart in your own right, I'm going to give you a good sound advice, Dr. G. Stop entertaining bullshit. Sometimes it don't even need your energy and your attention. You just let it just be. And you don't spend time trying to explain bullshit. And I'm going to be Her Royal Highness when I say that.
I receive it.
Okay.
I receive it. Yeah, I receive it. I mean, I don't get upset anymore, but I just want them to.
They wanna usurp the energy and redirect your attention
It's so sad.
from something that's
The righteous work.
righteous work to entertain that nonsense in the chat. Girl, ignore. I ignore folks when they put stuff on my TikTok, stuff on other people's posts about me. I don't entertain it.
No,
And
you can't.
And your circulation of your energy is it's a commodity, and it's precious like gold and silver. It's more precious than that. Okay. And so you got to be careful not to cast your pearls among swine. And their nastiness and their stupidity.
That's right.
We don't have time for that.
Mm-mm.
If they want to entertain that, go on somebody else's
platform.
Because when they do it on your chat, you see it and don't see it and don't entertain it. And they'll wonder why you ain't gave them no attention to what they were saying, because they ain't worth my damn time talking about anything that you put in the chat that's called stupid shit.
Yeah.
Now,
amen. I'll shade.
You put that in your pipe and smoke that. Yeah. Go tell somebody I said that. Now, back to business, family business.
That's right.
Okay, so since we addressed the subject, I want to explain it so people can understand what I mean.
They understand it, Rod.
I know, but I just let me do this, Empress.
Okay.
When I say that I came so Taj can now retire, Taj is not 22 no more.
No.
In our culture, our elders get to sit back and watch the next generation and give advice to them as they rest from the years and years of harsh labor that they put in. If you think that Taj's journey has been a cakewalk, then you do not understand the man's work. He has been dealing with so much opposition that you have never seen. He never talked about it. He never cried about it. He took it, he sucked it up, and he continued on the mission. He stood on business for 50 plus years. When I came, he told them I was the closer for a reason. As the closer, I am responsible to create a condition for the ones who have labored tirelessly to be able to now relax and have their day of peace and harmony and experience heaven on earth. Heaven ain't nowhere but here.
That's true.
It ain't nowhere else. But you can turn this heaven into a hell when you want to hold on to somebody to their death, rather than allow them to enjoy their twilight years after laboring on the behalf of all of us. He ain't just doing this for Moors, though the Moors might feel like Taj only belonged to them. He's been a civics teacher that I've been studying since I was locked up and didn't know what his face looked like. And I'm reading Moorish Order of the Round Table literature because my brother in my town, Glover Bay, said, read this because this is how you're going to be able to see the Moorish paradigm for what it is. And it was the civics instructions from Taj that allowed me to study the law from a perspective other than how the enemy told us to look at it.
Right.
I feel like he earned his right to relax. He earned his right to be pampered. He earned his right to be catered to. He earned his right to travel wherever he want to go on the face of this planet. And if he want to leave on the ship, he earned that right too. At some point, he got to get paid for the work he did in kind. At the end, Big Mama said, you was a faithful servant in whom work I am well pleased. Take your day in the sun and walk among the stars of heaven as they roam through the heaven of earth. If you don't understand it now, you the goddamn devil. Burn where you need to burn.
Ashe. Because Big Mama here to repay those who have labored, acknowledge them, adore them. Because we getting our slab right now. See, they done been through what we got to finish up. And believe me, we done got our cracks against the head, and people said things that are not true. I read a recent comment, and I choked up a little bit, and then I said I gotta keep going regardless of what they say. Okay, we want to honor all of those who have stood in the gap. I always wanted to meet what was it, C. Freeman L. And it was such a disappointment when they told me he had passed. Because he got me through some information that could have been so, confusing. But
Simplified it.
he simplified it. He simplified masonry. He simplified what things meant. I read a lot of, I was able to see a lot of Taj's videos on YouTube. I can't wait to meet him, and give him a hug and tell him thank you for the work that you put out for us to be able to follow the trail. And my only hang up has always been, where are the women at? Because the men took their beat down. I'm still, like reaching out to the women, Dr. G, and they're reaching back. And so this ain't about a male bashing. This about an energy coming together. And what I was gonna say about the kitchen was that the battery. The battery has a positive and negative, right? That's the same as masculine and feminine. You got to have both the positive and the negative to work for the good of the battery, in order for the battery to work correctly, right? Well, that's what we're talking about here, is bringing the positive and the negative together, because there's been imbalance in the negative. That's where we all have been collectively. So we have to now shift to bring ourselves up to where the positive is so that it can come back and balance itself so that it can generate the energy correctly and disperse it and circulate it correctly. I yield. Now, I told you, I promised you I would, Dr. G, whenever it's time to share the birthing the birthing of the nation's birth certificate that I create that came from the ethers the morning of my coronation, by the way.
You can share that now.
Okay. For those who missed it. So this is what was read for the birthing of the new nations. It says the mitochondrial DNA, the recorder and register of all Akashic records, known as the recorder of deeds. Spirit manifested in the flesh at the point of entry. Your state of being is sovereign as it relates to being a spirit manifested into existence into the flesh, now known as the state of consciousness, recorded as the certificate of live birth. This certifies by affidavit that the sun rise and set, which is the true recorder of time and space. We, the people on this planet, have and always will be a sovereign with feminine and masculine energies. We decree that we are free indeed spiritually. We are wonderfully and beautifully made in the image of matter known as Mother and presented to this planet known as Gaia, Mother Earth, by way of a portal called the womb. When your weight in silver and gold, known as our DNA. We decree that we are sovereign souls housed in a body to have the human experience, HUE. We are truly the infinite ones known as the Ayin Sof, disguised as the US of A. US of A, you Sophie. We decree that we are governed by the fruits of the Spirit and that we shall have no other God before us. We decree that we shall be trustees and caretakers of Mother Earth and that we shall leave her better than we found her. Empress Chakra Werebird Nigrant, certified sovereign soul. Rising Phoenix, certified doula. And witness Chief Pontiac, certified sovereign soul. And that is our birth certificate as it relates to the nation being birthed.
You on mute, Dr. G. But while you unmuting, in our culture,
Yes.
we use doulas to oversee any significant process of the death of the old and the birthing of the new. The death doula oversees the death of what's to pass on. And the birth doula receives the birth of the new beginning and signs off on the birth certificate and death certificate by verbal decree. And so what she was going over was a cultural phenomenon that our people been doing long before 1492 or any Bible was ever brought to our people.
Mm-hmm.
This is an ancient practice, and all of the ancestors, when you get to a certain level of awakening, understand exactly what these processes are and what they mean for us as a collective people on the land. like I say, we not here for any individual tribe. And part of our function is the ones that's been doing the work. As we do our work, we have to show you who else has been doing the work. Because everybody haven't been doing work. But the ones who have should be rewarded for the blood, sweat, and tears. This is not a peaceful struggle by no means. Many of us have lost our lives. Malcolm X, Clarence 13X, Hulan Mitchell, aka Yahweh Ben Yahweh, have died in the pursuit of the liberation of our people by addressing the part of the problem that they was assigned to by spirit. And they go into sometimes other places in order to get the training they need in order to help them hold a position when they step into their place. So we always have to make known the ones that's been doing the work before us in order for the people to understand the work that we currently doing. Mm-hmm. So when I'm pointing out people that's actually doing similar work, this is not just because they confirming what I'm saying. It's because they putting in the work. They putting in the study hours. They putting in the sweat, the tears, the sleepless nights, the dreams that you don't even know what just happened to you in the middle of the night. Right? We have different life experiences, and this is the part we all forget. Because we don't have the same life experience, we're not always supposed to agree on everything all the time, or progress would never get made. Because it would be everybody digging the same hole, putting the dirt back in the hole. Mm-hmm. It won't never get nowhere. So we bring the light to the ones doing the work. We respect and honor those who serve faithfully their position as assistance to the awakening of the collective. Some of us gonna be more successful than others, and some of us gonna know how to weave the success of all of us together. But whatever happened, at the end of the day, we gonna bring this old system to naught. In return, heaven to earth, whether they like it or not, or whether they want to participate or not, is inconsequential to the work that must be done, that remains in the balance of continuance to be done. And the ones who have labored and suffered deserve to be rewarded for their laboring and suffering. That's the matriarchal fair pay for fair work should never be decreased. That's why they were told to put in their constitution not to tax the income at its source. If you the source of your wealth and your income, it's supposed to be a non-taxable transaction.
That's correct.
But because we don't know that they supposed to operate under certain protocols while they on our land as an occupying force, we can't hold them to the fire, so we have to dismantle the system step by step. And I've already explained all of the steps, from the staking of the totem pole to reclaim DC, to the putting the Pope on notice, to the Pope rescinding the discovery doctrine, and under the fruit of the poison tree doctrine, that rescinded everything the settlers did. He took away all their rights.
Without casualty of war, because that's what they want to. They're good at war. So as long as they can get us to war, then they will stay on top. And so the agenda is to stay out of war and not have any casualties of war. That's why I'm not about warring with people. I'm about peace, because that's the only way to come out of this, is to act in peace, in love, because love what covers everything. It covers a multitude of what they call quote unquote sin, if there is such a word. Okay, so you've never heard of a feminine starting a war? Have you? We are naturally nurturers and preservers of life because we give life. The womb brings forth life. Why would I want to kill something to come out of someone else's womb? Because they're all the same. We're womb, bringing in forth fruit. Why would I want to kill your fruit?
That's called the cry of the mothers.
Yeah. So we're not having spoils of war or a winner take all. Now all the people under my command and ruling with an iron fist and all that. That's the patriarch. And like you said, there was 24 people up under the roof of the house that we lived in that only had for the weekend that really only had room for 18 people.
We ain't know it.
And we didn't even know it. I didn't know it was 24 people in the house until today. But you couldn't.
Well, I know it was room for all of us to be there. I'm 55 years old. I ain't never in my life been to a group function and felt like I was somewhere I was supposed to be until last weekend.
And Big
I ain't
Mama was
feel like
home
I
in the
was
kitchen cooking grits, and they had their function. They all lined up in the kitchen and got their plate. And guys, and we traveled. I had pre-cooked food before we left and got on the road. And Big Mama thought ahead of the game. I started bringing out them oxtails and them smoked turkey neck bones and green beans and potato salad and chicken, had all the macaroni and cheese and put all that out. And they was like, you thought you bought all that for us? Yeah, I knew y'all was going to be hungry when we got off the road. Big Mama know how to run a house. And they got to see it firsthand with 24 people up in that house. And I ran that thing.
Okay.
And they were on their best behavior. Wasn't nobody arguing about. There was 3 bathrooms, and I had to share my bathroom because there were 24. Gone in there. I'm Big Mama. Gone in my bathroom. Okay, that's how the house ran, like old school. There were pallets on the floor, and there were people on the couch in the bedrooms and all that, but everybody had their little corner in the house. And then we had our time together, had a wonderful time. Didn't nobody fall out about nothing, because I told them I'd cut you if you do. So we get ready to bring that love to you, Dr.
You get ready to do it again.
Get ready to do it again.
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome. I can honestly say, just elaborating on that right quick. I've never been in a place like that where I didn't feel 1 ounce of negative energy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel no kind of nothing around us of the sorts. Mm-hmm. It was just all love, and that love was made real and manifested itself amongst us in that house. And that's what's hitting the land now. The DNA light codes now. And as we left Tallahassee and we went our separate ways, the DNA code is hitting everywhere, because everybody I've been talking to on the phone, people that was there and people that wasn't there, everybody feeling it. People that didn't even come. The light codes are opening up in the DNA, and people need to understand that we are the land. And if you turn the word land around and spell it backwards, the first 3 letters is DNA. And the L is the light. So you the light. Check your DNA. It'll tell you in your light codes. The 4, 5, the 6, and the 7. The clip was the 8. The reset button was push. And we're here and we're moving. And so we're springing into action. And this is what it's all about. It's all about the love.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what my birthday was about. To bring it in the new and the rebirthing of the nation. Because I was born on 4, 5, 6, 7. And the only thing that was in my birth chart was the eclipse of the sun on the 11th hour. You better stop looking for Jesus.
Until they realize that Jesus is ISIS, then they know they found her.
Yeah.
And there she's sitting right now in the flesh.
Hey, they don't even realize it's hidden in his name, J-E-S, Jess, U-S, us.
Well, not only that, but it's disguised in my parents' names.
Yeah. Oh.
And I got the Isis wings. So stop looking for that man in the sky. Isis is here. And it is documented that I do have the Isis wings in the DNA genetics in Philadelphia, by the way.
A lot of people don't know that your DNA code is actually access code to a huge bank account.
Mm-hmm.
This huge bank
Y'all better
account,
hear this.
this huge bank account can only be paid with the person whose DNA code matched that number sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's numbers and letters. If your DNA code don't match, you ain't the right one.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel like you is because everybody supposed to feel like they the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't do the work of the chosen one, then your prestige deteriorates as opposed to increase.
Mm-hmm.
And we into the increase, we not into the decay. We not into death, we into eternal life.
Mm-hmm.
We eternal beings having this human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And now we come to graduate the class of those who have endured the chapter of misery. Homage to Noble Drew Ali, chapter of misery, circle 7.
Mm-hmm.
Weak and insufficient as thou art in good, oh man. There is one thing in which you are firm and obstinate, and his name is misery.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why you would accept the misery is because you're strong enough to take it. Oppression is atmospheric. You only gonna rise to the level of oppression you willing to accept.
Mm-hmm.
And we like Cream, we rising to the top. Dougie Fresh, the entertainer.
So here's the proof of the nucleotides of the DNA codes that I'm sharing on my screen. And now that you see the DNA codes of the 138 Ayin Sulf energy, which is the nucleotides, which is the DNA of the ACH 138. Go do your math in your alphabets and line them up. And it's the ACH is the automatic clearinghouse codes for the financial system. So if anybody have any doubt about this, then there it is.
Can you make it a little smaller?
Yes, I can make it a little smaller.
There, that's no, bring it up. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Stop. Okay. And you may have, yes.
Number where the nucleotides at where my cursor is.
You don't see your cursor.
Okay, you probably can't see it, but you see peripheral blood?
Yes.
Go right up on the peripheral blood where the nucleotide.
Okay. Oh, yes. 138 INSG.
So the 138, if you decode it, is the ACH. That's the banking code.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 1A.
1 is A, 3 is C, and 8 is H.
H. Yeah. Okay.
And there you see the wings. And on the background, the second sentence.
Celiac wings.
Yes. Those are the Isis wings.
Someone was asking where they could look theirs up, but I think you were like a special
London,
place where they.
Yeah, London had all this done when I they've been monitoring me all my life. They've always known who I am from birth, and I was cloaked as a child. So I don't know all the details of that, but I do know that when it was time for me to be activated, the London sent word to don't touched me, that the genetics clinics have been following me all ever since I was born. And so they've always known about me. I just needed to grow into it bit by bit, but they were able to solidify and to have this on record in Philadelphia. So when my time come to do what I came here to do, that's why I ended up with the allodial title, so that I could get the banking system activated from the galactic, they call Saturn accounts, to bring them online and to activate them for my 57th birthday, Earth Day, 5/7. And that's also a code for the coronation as the black swan. I'm not playing. I don't care whether folks believe me or not. I'm do what I'm supposed to do. Because if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna be trapped down here. I ain't trying to be trapped.
Me either.
So I'm gonna do my work. Whether you don't be hating me, because these shoes ain't comfortable. They're not comfortable. Her Majesty, it's a nice gesture to put to the name while I'm doing this work, that in these uncomfortable shoes that I have to wear. I'm uncomfortable in this body. I hurt in this body. The wings are trapped and just tight in this body. My wings hurt. My arms hurt. I can't stand for folks to hug me. So y'all go to hug me. Please be mindful that I have wings and they hurt. Just stop hitting me on my arm, because it hurt. But listen, we are here to make sure that you guys sign up for the upcoming Spring into Action, because this is an important piece that y'all don't want to miss. Y'all don't understand. See, I didn't read the treaty for a reason. There's a galactic treaty that were given to me for such a time as this. This is the treaty of all treaties, and only a few eyes have seen this treaty. And I purposely did not read the treaty, the galactic treaty, is because I'm supposed to read it in Delaware. So if you want to understand what's going on, come to Delaware, sign up. It'll be the best time of your life, and you'll be glad. So if you didn't get to make it to the coronation, get ready for part 2, because I'm bringing part 2 to the house of reawakening. And that's my gift to you, Dr. G, that I saved the best for last.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
The next phase. And I got one for y'all, and from the galactic heavens, that once I read it, you're going to be so happy, because ain't no treaty on this earth like it. And you get to take part in it and be a part of the reading of the treaty from Her Majesty.
I cannot wait.
Me too.
I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait. Well,
The last thing I want to add, Dr. G,
yes.
if any other clan mothers who haven't had a chance to meet the Empress on the land, the fact that they meet, they don't have to go into no long, drawn out discussion about strategy or none of that. When they connect, it's a heart to heart connection between clan mothers. that's building the link of clan mothers across the land in the restoration of the matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things from now on that we need to understand. If you think you a chief and you a man and you coming to present your agenda to the empress, if your wife ain't with you, you a problem already. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
If your wife ain't with you, you not following the culture of the people of the land.
Mm-mm.
You can't come present no agenda when you come into the matriarchy. They already know the agenda. Time dictated the agenda. Farrakhan did speeches on it already.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. That time dictates the agenda. The mothers know the agenda. So they don't need you to bring your platforms and all that stuff to promote.
Mm-hmm.
They need you to come with an open heart and an open mind and allow the matriarchs to love on each other. Because they said that our women can't love each other. And I don't believe it. Because I've seen it with my own naked eye. How they can love each other and love on each other and laugh together and not have a whole bunch of chitter chatter bickering that we've been taught we supposed to do. So we think that's normal. Oh, wait, I got to tell them a piece of my mind. No, you don't. That's your mind. Don't nobody need to know what's going on in your head but you. When you come into a love situation, you come with open heart and an open mind and no agenda, and the energy will do the rest. You don't have to. It's not a fight.
Mm-mm.
And we don't have any of that hating in this nation with the women. Your experience that I'm plugging up something, so please excuse me for not being on camera. But the women within the nation, and someone asked me, well, what nation is it? It's the nation of love, the nation of unity. That's what nation means, the higher consciousness of yourself. That's what true the word nation means in metaphysical terms. Okay. So stop thinking it's that thing that they indoctrinated, that meaning that they've indoctrinated us with.
Well, I hope to see everyone that can, and maybe if you were on the fence, maybe now you will
get off the fence. Yeah.
Get off the fence, make a decision, and come be with us 26th, 27th, 28th. We're looking forward to fellowshipping, if you will, and connecting with the kin, the clan, and the tribe, and whatever you want to again call yourself.
And what it is, the tribe of higher consciousness. The
tribe of higher consciousness.
That's
Okay.
the tribe that we're rolling with. This ain't about Cherokee Nation or none of that. The tribe of nations is the state of consciousness.
Right. And your vibe attracts your tribe. So
that's right.
So you want to, be vibing with people of like-minded vibration. So, and if your vibration isn't right and you're coming, then it's going to get right.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yes, it's going to get right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Airbnb is already full, y'all. So I see a question asking me about that. It's already full.
Okay. So we'll talk about the coming of the folks who are going to come with me. We've been proving that
we'll do that off. We'll do that off camera. But
we can stay in the same in the same, we just need, to you don't only need one place for all of us to.
We got you covered.
Okay.
We got you covered.
Okay.
We have you covered.
Okay.
And anybody else that is looking for rooms, I know Cynthia, you were helping people with
if they can go ahead and email me and let me know what you need. I've helped several people already, but if you want a room, just email me and tell me the dates that you need, how many days, and when you're coming.
get your email though. I was looking to see if oh, here we go.
Trainer
you can
6
email her.
Yeah, Noble 7 Publications. Okay, at Gmail.
So if you want to, you can email her regarding rooms.
And do it this weekend because I'm out next week. I'll be in Delaware, so you do it this week so I can get it done because I have a lot of other stuff that I have to do. I have to mail boxes. I got boxes here stacked up. I got to do a lot of stuff to prepare for this event. So if y'all can please figure it out and then email me so I can help you out. Okay.
Yeah. Did y'all get did you guys get the information? I know I was moving my TikTok so I could plug up my because it was running, my batteries running low. So can you repeat that one more time for them?
Noble 7 Publication, Noble NOBLE, the number 7 Publications with an S at gmail.com.
Okay. All right.
For assistance with rooms. Yeah, and then I have like one more show, and I hope it doesn't cause a whole lot of consternation, but I don't really get. I'm gonna be like,
no, we don't.
I'll be like Empress. I don't give a shit.
No, you don't.
That's it. That one right there. You don't give a what? You don't give a shit.
Well, I would say the other word, but you know what I mean.
IDL. But
IDL.
I'm gonna just put this up, y'all, because this is coming up on
Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Let me see. Let me get this down just for a minute. This Tuesday. This opportunity came, and I'm going to, I like listening to the brother, and I'm glad that he is going to grace the house or the office hours with Dr. G with his presence. And so y'all make sure you tune in. It'll be posted, but you'll tune in on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for this particular interview. I'm honored, because sometimes they only come on numbers where they got 100,000 of folks, and y'all know we had like about 36,000, but maybe the numbers will go up. Cool.
They will, because that's what we're building. We're building real numbers.
We're not in it for the numbers. Yeah, we're not in it for the numbers, but I'm glad that he was willing to come on this platform because we don't have the numbers. But what I try to do here is give an honest,
exactly
presentation. So we're not monetized, y'all. If you don't support us, we're not supported. We are so grateful for our 4040 legacy members. Shout out to them because they help keep this going. And like I said, I'm so excited that you, Grand Sheikahs, Empress, are coming. That too. But that you're gonna be here, and I'm so grateful for your willingness to help promote and make sure that this is a success. And I gotta put this up again, y'all, because when I saw this picture, y'all, I've never seen Chief Pontiac. Look, when I got this picture,
go and see.
We always see you.
Picture.
We always
got
I was like, well, Chief, look at him, because I tell you, I said I'm used to seeing you in your white beater.
I told Big Mama, I said I don't want to wear no monkey suit.
I told him, look, he started getting me to whip it early on when I told him he had to he had to wear white and gold was the colors for folks to wear. And he started giving me the business. I said, boy, didn't I say? and
Mama spoke.
And Mama
That's
spoke, right. And Big Mama meant what she said.
That's right. He did too, didn't he? You had it on.
Look,
we saw you.
He wore that thing too.
He did.
He's walking.
I just didn't want to wear that Masonic lapel suit.
Oh,
that's all.
We ain't doing that.
All right, the one everybody wear to the weddings and funerals. I ain't want to wear one of them.
Everybody was dressed absolutely. Just
it was amazing.
It was.
And if you guys haven't seen, I haven't uploaded any on my YouTube channel yet, and upload anything, but I will get to that. but there are plenty pictures on TikTok
I see.
that people can see. And we had a professional photographer that's working on all the pictures from the reunion. And as you can see back here behind me, this is the backdrop, the Phoenix. That was a huge one that we had at display at the Coronation, as well as the banner of the Great Peace, Law of Peace that we had hanging for the reunion. And before we close tonight, I really would like Dr. G, if Living Water could uh sing me
Close us out.
close us out with the song that he sung for me at the Coronation.
Please
Yeah.
do.
So don't forget for everybody to go on to register so that you can get some of this good stuff live when you come to Delaware. Now, don't make me have to cut you, okay? I'm talking to everybody else. And this person just keep calling me. So give me 1 second before you start. Can I call you right back? I'm in the middle of a live show. I'll call you right back. Thank you. All right. Listen, y'all. This my song.
Empress, since the day you came into our lives, you made us realize that we were born to fly. You show us every day new possibilities, and you proved our fantasies of love could really be. So let us go to a place only lovers go, to a spot that we've never known, to the top of the clouds we're floating away, yeah. And oh, it feels so crazy how this love is blazing. And baby, we're so high, we're walking on cloud nine. So high, we are scraping the sky. Oh, so high. Now maybe later we can take a trip to the moon and sail among the stars before the night is through. And when morning comes, we'll see the sun, which is not so far. And we can't get much closer to God than where we are. So let us go to a place only lovers go, to a spot that we've never known, to the top of the clouds we're floating away, yeah. And oh, this feels so crazy how this love is blazing. And Empress, you got us so high, we're walking on cloud nine. So high, we are scraping the sky. We're all so high, yes, yes, yes. We're on cloud nine. We're oh so high, we're scraping the sky. on cloud 9.
Cut the music. Cut the music.
Awesome.
Y'all,
Really,
you
really.
hear what I'm
That's-
saying? You about to become the Delaware to get some of
That's
this.
where we at. We walking on cloud 9.
Walking
We
on
up there.
cloud 9, and we want to share the
Yes.
cloud and the love with Dr. G, with the house of Reawakening Minds, and the spring into action, the next phase. And so, you guys, if you have not gotten your space reserved, please do so, because we might not have enough room for you if you wait too daggum
Yep.
long. Okay? Don't
And we
procrastinate.
got to know numbers for the food
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we need, so we're gonna cut it off because we need to make sure we got food for y'all.
Yeah.
And,
Feed you for
we'll-
3 days.
Look, we'll live off of air and water. Okay? We can live off living water.
I'm gonna say Empress said air and water. That's all you got.
Yeah.
We're gonna have bottles
And,
of air and bottles of water.
I just want to say this about love. Love is the key, period. And see,
Yeah.
Empress is the 4 5, and that's the 9. And cloud 9 is for real. Love takes you to cloud 9, and when you break down the numeration of the letters in love, L is the 12th letter in the alphabet, O is the 15th letter, and 12 and 15 is 27, and 2 and 7 is 9. V is the 22nd letter, E is the 5th letter, 22 and 5 is 27, and 2 and 7 and 9. 9 and 9 is 18, 1 and 8 is 9. That's the numeration light code for love. So love is the only thing that can bring you into the tribe of higher consciousness. And that's why we're oh so high. And that's why we're walking on cloud 9. So the meaning matches the song. The song matches our movement in the earth as the light code spread throughout the land, through digital, throughout here, us touching people, talking to folk on the phone. It is on now. The transformation and the higher heights are happening as we speak. I love you guys, and y'all stay up there on cloud 9, and we shall continue to rise.
All right.
Just remember, 9 in the sky, 6 on the ground. 6 and 9 is a balance on the 69 flip. So when he bringing home the light codes on the 999, that's to the 9, mean to the finish, right? Wow. And so when you lay the 9 over the 6, that may form the number 8, and the 8 is B in flight, and the B in flight is looking for the 80, which is the open queen seat. And the 880 is the open empress seat, and the B that was looking to be seated as the 888 is the empress who sits as the queen bee of the hive. And the hive is the hive of humanity. And we all got to come together. They called us insects because we rally around Big Mama like bees in the hive or termites. And they called our my mama, my sister, my mama's sister, ant, because they say they rallied around Big Mama like a pack of ants. So now we call our aunts ant, because the ants is the ones doing the construction of the kingdom while everybody else is asleep. They steady putting in the work. So we to the 9s, meaning to the finish.
And
So
my
360
father's-
turnaround.
And my father's Earth Day is 9999.
That's my tag.
To the finish. To the 9s.
It's on the Coronation program. And so I'll bring you the program when I come, Dr. G and Cynthia. I will bring you all a copy of the Coronation program, as well as the reunion, so that you're I'll put my symbol on there for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been wonderful, y'all.
Yes.
I appreciate every last one of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come on and promote this event, and then to come. Also, Sister Helena, will you be there? Will you be?
Rod, are you coming?
I have a family function that same day.
Oh no.
Now I was wondering if Sister Helena was going to be bringing some of those beautiful creations.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm quite sure that Helena, did you hear her ask you? Are you gonna
smiling.
ask?
She like,
Are you gonna answer?
let me see if she's muted. She ain't saying nothing. Look, I'm mute her.
Unmute,
You have to
unmute you.
Oh no,
unmute.
she's muted. She have to unmute
You
herself.
have
Unmute.
you have to unmute.
She muted herself.
Okay.
You coming?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
will people be able to purchase? Purchase. Okay, all right. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
You
All right.
okay.
And
Thank you, guys. Can't see you. Be seeing you in about, what, 7, 8 days?
Yeah,
yes,
and the
we
rest of y'all, make sure y'all tune in on Tuesday night and
We will.
we will.
be in on this interview that I'm doing. And like I said, I love you all. I appreciate it. I feel the love up here, and I feel
Yep.
some love out. Look, and
Love
I feel
you guys.
some love out there too. But then as they say, it's all love. It's all
Yes,
love.
it
It
is.
is.
It's all love. It's
And
all
so, what's
love.
the rule, Dr. G?
You know what? I was getting ready to say something that started with F. That's not the rule. I'm scared.
What's the rule?
Don't pay no attention. Look, that was
That
Don't
ain't that ain't
entertain bullshit.
that's what I said. Don't pay attention to the BS.
no no. You can't cut no corner. Say it loud and proud.
Oh, they making me. She's trying to make me say something. What's your-
Well, I say it for you. She ain't entertaining no stupid shit.
That's right.
Nightfall, everybody.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
y'all in a couple of weeks.
All right, y'all. All right, I appreciate you. Let me go out with this and my daughter Maisha singing. Appreciate y'all.
Deeper and deeper I go. I find what it is I should know. 'Cause it's just a matter of time that you'll reawaken your mind. Oh, come with me, come to know and find out what is true. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening minds. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say, I'm reawakening minds.
Nightfall, everyone. I trust that everyone enjoyed yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you in Delaware. And have a restful night. Have a beautiful weekend. All absolutely on purpose. Love and light, everyone.
How you? Hello. We're not live anymore.
Okay, so let me
take it.
shut down everything. Hold on. Good night, everyone.
Stop this music.
I love that music, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so glad my hair got did today because I look like the wolf.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna stop recording. Yeah, hold on. That's all right. You good.